Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jan. I'm the CEO of Acquire.Fi. We have Nathan here with me today. We don't have Andrew, unfortunately, but let's see how this goes. Hey, what's up?
Man, markets have been interesting the last couple of days. We saw a huge pump on Sunday. Weekend pumps are always hard to trust. And then Sunday night, we dropped from 107 down to like 102. Looked like that was going to be a complete fake pump, and we're going to go back down under 100K. And now we're back up pumping again. Bitcoin up 105,000. So looking like
Oh,
the
this is
yeah,
how exchange is money. This is how exchange is
yeah.
liquidate a lot of people.
Looks like the a little market manipulation, some quick weekend liquidations, clearing the books, getting ready for a new trading week. But Bitcoin taking a bullish turn off of that. Market's looking pretty good right now. I know that there's a lot of different opinions out there, right? Whether or not Bitcoin is going to continue to rally to new all-time highs from here, or whether or not this is a good spot for a reset. I mean, Bitcoin has been rallying, pretty much straight up for what's been the last. Oh, we got to go longer. We got to go farther back than that. Yeah. So pretty much, when is this? Back in mid-April, right? So April 9th, it was when that pump basically, or April 10th started. And I mean, with a few sideways consolidation periods, it's pretty much been up only, down from 75K all the way up to 107K. So, what's that? It's almost it's like a 30% pump, been up only for over a month now. It would make sense for us to get a pause, a correction, some sort of consolidation. Most people are predicting, consolidation from here would put us somewhere like mid 90s, 95, 96, K there. So, a significant pullback, but nothing out of the ordinary for a bull run. Healthy corrections are needed during a bull run. We've seen lots of them throughout the history of Bitcoin in the last couple bull cycles. So I was actually kind of expecting this week to see that pullback. We've talked a lot on this channel, with different models that Andrew's brought us mid-May, due for a nice pullback here. But I don't know, starting off the week, pumping up above 105,000 dollars for Bitcoin. If we get a close here, I don't know. That looks like to me we're not ready for that consolidation yet. I don't know if that comes later or if we just continue with this insane upwards momentum. I don't know what are your thoughts on the situation with Bitcoin? Are we going to rally throughout the summer, or we get a correction first?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I've been buying a lot. I've been DCAing. Usually when we have these videos, I say I DCA and I actually be buying. I'm very happy with the prices, but obviously summer is coming, end of May, June. That's normally when you don't trade. There's not going to be a lot of trading going on. I'm expecting for a pullback, but then again, like there's so many bullish news again on BTC that like where does it end?
Yeah. It's a little easier to see here. We go over to candlestick view. I mean, about April 10th, wick down to 75, and since then, green, all the way up on these. I think these are probably a 2-day or a 5-day candle, maybe even weekly candles here. But it's been nothing but up only. Hasn't felt like it all, but every week being super bullish. We've had plenty of these sessions, these videos where we haven't been super bullish, but when you zoom out, looks pretty damn good on the Bitcoin chart there.
Yeah, but I think this Sunday pump was very crazy because first of all we went up like crazy, then we went down like crazy again, like typical VIX. And this is why you should not trade on leverage. I think a lot of people got flushed. I think the liquidations were over $1 billion again. But yeah, like overall, pretty bullish on BTC. I think the macro events are coming up. I think we're covering something about the yields are going up again and again. I don't know. I'm pretty bearish, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a confusing market right now.
But like when things are going too good, I think we need to have a pullback.
No, I agree. I think a pullback at this point would be healthy for the markets. If we continue with up only all through the summer, I think we get a shorter cycle than we want. We probably, if it's up only all summer, we might be done by, September, peaking out in September. If we get a nice reset here, come back, 20% pullback, something like that, and then consolidate for a couple of weeks and kind of crawl up through the summer, I think that gives us a much longer extended bull run, maybe closer into, November, December, even through the end of the year. We see a lot, higher for the Bitcoin all-time high, pushing us closer to that 200 plus mark, which we'll cover in a bit. We've got some, prominent figures calling for that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I guess time will tell regardless. As always, not financial advice here. But always build your plan your strategy and work your plan. And that strategy's got to be based on according to your own risk tolerances. And what you can afford to put in the market. Never be putting more in than you can afford to lose. That's probably the my biggest rule, my biggest lesson. Never risk anything that's gonna compromise your rent, compromise your putting food on the table for the family.
Amen.
Well, yeah, before we get into the news stories here, for those of you that aren't super familiar with what we do, Acquire.Fi, we're the leading M&A, mergers and acquisitions platform in Web3. In fact, we're the only exclusive Web3 mergers and acquisitions platform, working with a lot of exclusive deals. Kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about. Wanted to bring back a segment, I guess, for lack of a better word, that we originally had back in the day, going out via a newsletter, which we're getting ready to start next week as well. If you want to get that, you can find our Deal Flow channel through the Telegram on our X page there. On our website as well, both in the title of our X page there. But we'll be sending out these newsletters, kind of an update on the markets, what's going on in M&A, what's going on in secondaries and OTC. And we'll be highlighting both an M&A deal of each week as well as a hot secondaries OTC deal each week. We'll try to bring some of those here in video form for you as well. So to give you an idea what we're talking about, some of the type of projects we work with, everything and anything from licenses, exchanges, both decentralized and centralized exchanges. We have marketing agencies, ad firms. We have launch pads, DeFi lending protocols, wallets. I mean, you name it, we've got it covered. And all the top platforms that are looking to get acquired in the space, we typically are able to get those listings. So we've currently got a decentralized crypto exchange, a DEX with Spot and Perps, both available on the platform. 21 million in revenue, TVL of $75 million, over 13,000 token holders. Another example of some of the projects that we're working with, top launch pads in the space. With more than 33 million in lifetime revenue, and a lot of great deals out there right now. It's definitely a buyer's market. And the one we want to highlight today for the deal of the week, we have a Telegram trading bot. Bots, obviously, if you're doing anything with memes, if you're doing any sort of retail trading, bots have really revolutionized the game, become very, very popular, really in the last year or so here. And this one, these guys have been absolutely blowing up. They are the top performer on the network that they're on. In fact, they account for 30% of all transaction volume on this network, not just with bots, but overall, all trading, all transactions on this network. This app, this trading app, has 30% of all that volume. They've been around since August of last year, so less than a year in business. And they've already generated well over $2 million in revenue.
Maybe you could put the listing on the screen.
This one is a private listing. We don't have it yet, so it's not listed. A lot of our deals you can find on Acquire.Fi.com and our marketplace and our Deal Flow channel, and then we do have some other private ones as well, private book that if you are interested in any of those deals, you can reach out to us. You can do the proper NDAs and paperwork and stuff, and then get the full details around to you. But yeah, if you're interested, the trading bot, like I said, more than $2 million in revenue. They have like 70% profit margin, so a very profitable business, and price to sell as well. Over almost 3 million transactions through their app, over 200 million in trading volume. Again, a really stellar company. Looking for somebody to come in to get acquired. And their core reason for wanting to get acquired, founders have many different reasons that they may want to sell their business. In this case, these guys are an experienced team that is very experienced at building projects and getting them launched, getting them past the MVP stage to where they really have good traction and volume. But where their inexperience is then growing that business, say from a, $5 million ARR to the 10, 20, $100 million ARR. So they're looking for someone that can come in that has that experience of taking the business to the next level. But again, if this deal or any of the other deals in our deal flow channel are something you guys are interested in taking a look at, and getting to know a little bit more about the M&A business in Web3, we're always happy to have those chats. You can find us on Telegram. I am at Web3Nate on Telegram, or you can send an inquiry through the website as well. All that information you can find right on our X page there. So new segment we wanted to feature here today. That is the deal of the week. It's a Telegram trading bot. If you want to find out more about that, look us up either on the website, or you can message me directly on Telegram there.
Oh, that's a good one. Just want to say and add here that, hey, if there's anyone looking for any private deals, like just go to our website. I just put it here on the screen, and you can just click on register as premium buyer. So we're getting more and more features to the website. We're thinking about like, hey, how to make it more interactive. Also, like if you have any private deals or deals that you are looking for, you can always message me or Nathan or anyone of the team, or just register as a premium buyer and basically come to us and be like, hey, I need a license in Dubai, or I need something else. We will definitely have something for you. This trading bot is very lucrative because of two reasons. Telegram has a ton of users. They just did a $400 million OTC deal also. And overall, the ecosystem has been growing quite a lot lately. So I think it's a good opportunity. But yeah, moving forward in this segment, we're going to be using and showing you guys more of these listings that we have on the website, and maybe even at some point interview or bring in founders that have done exits, and basically talk to them a little bit more how it's like to exit a crypto business. But yeah, wanted to show that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we talked a lot about the buyer side, if there's any buyers out there interested, but the opposite is true as well. If you've got a crypto platform right now, you've got a project that you are interested in getting acquired, or want to at least find out more about what does that process look like, what are the possibilities, what kind of evaluation might you be able to get for the business, and how are those structured. By all means, hit us up. Consultations of that nature are absolutely free of charge. Happy to chat with you and give you a better idea of, again, what the M&A industry in Web3 looks like, and what kind of valuation might be realistic for you guys at this moment in the space. So feel free to reach out. Let's hop into some news stories here for the day. It's been another bullish week of news stories, at least for Web3. I don't know about
every time I have a segment with you, it's always bullish.
Exactly.
It's been like 3 weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, the whole year. I mean, really since the elections in November, it's been bullish news after bullish news after bullish news. We just need the macro environment to settle down, which it is starting to settle down. We are seeing some positive things happen. I guess we can hop right into that first. Very big news just in the last couple of days here. Both Trump and Putin have now come out after the phone call that they had, I believe it was yesterday, the day before. Apparently that call went very, very well. And now both parties come out and saying we are very, very close to a long-term lasting peace treaty and ending the war in the Ukraine. Obviously, everybody wants to see that from, just the human element side of it. We want to see the war end. We want to see people stop dying over there. But that's also something that's been causing a lot of fear in the markets, whether this is going to expand into, a broader war in Europe or World War III. All those kind of scares really put a damper on any sort of market. So one of the key catalysts that we talked about over the last weeks and months here is that, it's going to be really hard for us to see a major, bull run to 200K Bitcoin until this, conflict has some resolution. So hopefully within next week or so, that face-to-face meeting between Putin and Zelensky, it's supposed to happen now at the Vatican in Rome. Pope Leo, the newly elected Pope Leo, just came out and said he'd be more than happy to host it. bring in both parties in there and hopefully get some peace talks going. So great to hear, just from a again human perspective, but also could be very, very bullish and giving the market some more confidence there if we can get that deal done.
No, absolutely. Like obviously this has been going on for more than 2 years. Every time there's peace talks, I think there's some bullishness in the market. But yeah, summer is usually very slow on everything. Doesn't matter if it's bullish or bearish, it's very slow.
Yeah, and I think it was mentioned earlier. I think a good slow summer, pullback correction, and a sideways slow summer is actually good for if we want to see 200K Bitcoin, if we want to see the bull run extend into late 25, early 26. I think we need a slow summer, so I'm all on board with that. Give everybody a time to reset a little bit and markets to catch up. The macro to catch up with the bullishness in the Bitcoin markets here, but. Yeah, outside of that, some other bullish news. We see United States Senate has voted to advance the Genius stablecoin bill. There's been a lot of these different bills. I have trouble keeping them straight. Some have moved forward, some have not. But at the end of the day, good to see that the some action finally happening. We're going to get some sort of clarification. This whole crypto's been a legal gray area. The SEC refusing to make any judgments has been an absolute disaster in the last 4 years or so for crypto innovation in the US, and bringing the biggest market in the world back into Web3, back into crypto is definitely going to be a huge cash injection for the markets if we can get to a point where people feel confident that they're not going to get arrested or have their money confiscated and the SEC and the IRS coming after them.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, what's the bill about again? Like, there's so many bills, like you said yourself, like, okay, this is another bill. What's the summary of this bill? Oh, thank God we have Grok nowadays.
Yep. So the Genius Act's progression, what are we talking? Legislators part. The Genius Act is aimed at regulating stablecoins, passed with 60 votes. Let's see, what's...
So this is the bill again to bring USDT, aka Tether, back to the US and have it regulated and see what's going on.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Regulatory framework for stablecoins, consumer protection, and we lost the internet. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, obviously, we were big supporters of DeFi here. Getting governments overly involved is not what we want, but we also don't want the government involved in the sense where they just flat out ban crypto, which the US has essentially done for the last 4+ years here. So we'll see, good, bad, or otherwise. From we've had these discussions before. I think at least medium term, short term, this is bullish. We'll see how it turns out long term here. I know we don't have a ton of time here. We both got some calls coming up that we're going to need to hop on, but there is a few more stories here, some hot stuff we wanted to cover here. Personally, I think this is great for business in general in the US, but very good for crypto. Texas signs a bill constitutionally banning capital gains tax in Texas. Obviously, not just affecting crypto, affecting all markets, but very bullish for businesses in the US. And this is something that President Trump has hinted at wanting to do on a federal level. So seeing one of the biggest economies in the US with Texas doing this could help pave the way, making this a more popular thing to do on a federal level. I know in Finland, they love their taxes as much as we do in the US. Would you think we see any chances of other markets around the US implementing things, or outside of the US implementing?
Again, like Finland is part of Europe. Europe, basically, if they change some law, Finland will follow. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like we're still behind the US. I'm still behind the tax laws overall in crypto. Obviously, this is great for US, but it's going to be affecting the bull. I don't know. People have more money. Definitely good thing.
Yeah. People know that, one, they're not going to be taxed as much, so they're going to have more money to invest, but also they can invest more confidently, knowing, hey, if I'm choosing investing in crypto or stocks, anything else is going to be subject to capital gains. Now I don't have to get taxed there. Where if I'm making other investments, maybe that whatever that may be, that where they're going to get hit with other forms of taxation, can encourage them to one less barrier for them to want to enter risk on markets like Bitcoin here. Another guy who's always pretty bullish here, Arthur Hayes, very enigmatic figure in the space. Love him or hate him, he's been right more than he's been wrong. But Arthur Hayes very bullish on Bitcoin. So we're going to see 200,000 plus before the end of this year and 1 million by 2028 in just 3 short years from now. I think the 200K this year very, very reasonable. I think that's very possible. What are you seeing? How about the $1 million by 2028?
You know what? Like, the more we are printing money now, and especially now yields going up again, I don't know. We are kind of in a very strange world where fiat world is crumbling, gold is going up, Bitcoin is going up. 2028, $1 million. I don't know. Could go. I would say like 500K, 600K. That would be ideal. But like going to 1 million, that would be a 10x from here.
So that puts Bitcoin at just probably a little bit. I mean, with supply shortage, it wouldn't be an exact math, but probably somewhere around a 16 to 18 trillion dollar market cap from where, so that's a 8x market, 8x in the market cap to 10x the price from here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more conservative. I would say 400,000 or 500,000 is very possible. Like 1 million is again like let's put it in the high headlines.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think any of us would be mad with 400K Bitcoin, no. But 1 million's a good long-term goal. He's got a little bit of time left here. Want to hop over to, let's see here. This is just something that has been, kind of showing where the potential for some of this stuff is going. We're seeing crypto credit cards now. Gemini, obviously a major player, institutional grade player in the space, offering a Bitcoin credit card. Now, previously we've seen a lot of cards that are offered. They're more of a debit card type system. I haven't looked into how this credit card is working specific. I don't know if there is, you're depositing, Bitcoin on their platform, and you can your credit limit is based on what you have deposited or staked on the platform. But long story short, this is the way I think we can start to see Bitcoin being used as a currency. Another story I've got up here somewhere is about Starbucks accepting Bitcoin. That's retarded. Like, stop with this. We need to spend our Bitcoin to buy consumables, to buy depreciating assets. It's the most obnoxious and infuriating thing. I get it. It's headlines, but calling it adoption, like, it just shows how uneducated the average person is. Like, why are you spending the most highly appreciative asset in the last decade, likely to continue to be the most highly appreciating asset for the next couple of decades? Why would you then, work to earn fiat, to buy Bitcoin, to turn around to spend Bitcoin on fucking coffee that you're going to piss down you're literally pissing your Bitcoin down the drain. Like, it infuriates me to no end. This, on the other hand, having a credit card that is supported, we all know how crazy the credit system is in the US. It doesn't make any sense. It's not meant to reward people that are, financially responsible. But this, where you have, okay, well, I hold Bitcoin on the platform. I'm probably earning yield on the Bitcoin anyways on your platform. And now you're using that as a basis for the credit you're giving me for a credit card. That makes sense to me. That's a great way to utilize Bitcoin without just going out and spending it for depreciating assets. Because, you can pay your credit card off each month with the fiat that you earn. You don't have to spend your Bitcoin. So I love seeing this. I need to do some more research on how their credit card is set up and how it's going to work. But to me, that's a much better solution than going out and fucking, buying a Tesla with Bitcoin or buying coffee with Bitcoin. That shit's dumb, and we need to stop praising it and putting it in the headlines like it's this great innovation option. It's not. It's yeah, it's just terrible financial.
The first version of this was a faucet. So back in the days, you could basically solve a captcha and get 5 bitcoins. Every time you solve the captcha, you got 5 bitcoins. So I think we're evolving.
Yeah, I would say. I would say, yeah. Man, can you give me like, oh, what would you give to go back and solve captchas for 5 Bitcoin? I'd be
Oh man,
carving
I
that
hate
all day. Oh, dude, yeah. But hey, hindsight's always 2020. So, um, let's see. This is probably a good one, maybe to end on here. JP Morgan, obviously one of the biggest banks and asset managers in the world. They are $4 trillion under our management there. They're now going to allow their banking clients to buy Bitcoin and other crypto assets directly via their bank account. That's huge for retail adoption. It's probably going to be through ETF type stuff. I doubt that JP Morgan's going to be buying spot. But still a great way for a lot of more people who are less tech savvy to be able to get their hands on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But hilarious the fact that Jamie Dimon, very famous CEO of JP Morgan, just a few years back, 2017, he's been very anti Bitcoin, even saying, I'm gonna fire anybody buying or trading Bitcoin for being a dumbass or being stupid. So pretty big flip for a major company like JP Morgan to be coming around and offering it directly to their clients now.
He finally got red pilled.
I don't think he's red pilled still. I think
red pilled, man. He finally got red pilled.
I think he's still anti-Bitcoin from what I've seen. He like the statement I saw, he said something along the lines of, "Hey, I don't smoke. I don't think you should smoke, but it's not my job to tell you what to do." He's like, "I don't like Bitcoin, but if you want to buy it, it's not my job to stand in your way of doing it." But it's the dollars. He saw the dollar signs. He saw how much money JP Morgan can make if they allow bank customers to buy Bitcoin. So money always wins.
Imagine all those management fees. Oh boy.
Yes, sir. Exactly. But hey, that's one more one more duck in the road to, if we're going to see that $500K $1 million Bitcoin someday, these are the kind of things that we need to fall into place. So,
no, I agree.
All right.
It's good news. Again, bullishness.
Well, I gotta hop to another call here. I'm already a few minutes late but we're almost 30 minutes in. Good little session here. Let us know what you guys think. If you liked the new info about the deal of the week, if you like learning a little bit more about the M&A space in Web3, let us know. Give it a like, a thumbs up, a share, or leave a comment. Let us know what you want to see next week. That really helps us. This show is we're not here just talking to fill air to hear the sound of our own voices as much as we like to hear that. We're here because trying to get the information out there, update you guys, and produce something that's actually some valuable content for you. So feedback is always appreciated, positive, negative, or otherwise.
No, so it's good. And let us know about the feedback. We're trying to bring more OTC deals to the Tier 5 members. So stay tuned, please. And please like and subscribe to this channel.
See you next week, or I guess maybe see you Friday.